Hey, it's Mark, and we are back for part two of an artist series spotlight with Mason Vi. Craig, what can people expect?
Mason Vi is a picker. We're talking bluegrass, Americana. He's worked with Molly Tuttle. He played with Old Crow Medicine Show. He was actually one of their players. So you're not going to want to miss part one and part two. It's amazing.
Let's do it.
Well, I'll tell you, man. I grew up and I still go there on the Appalachian Trail. I'm about 40 minutes away from the approach trail up at Amacolola Falls, and that's my go-to place, when I just need to go to, you know what I mean? It's interesting because troubadours, true songwriters, Woody Guthrie,
I was
people
going to
like
say,
that.
I was going to say Woody
Yeah.
Guthrie just came right to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
man.
is, those people understood that music, and Woody used to have that little writing, this, what did he say? This machine kills fascists or something. I can't remember what his
Yeah.
guitar said. And, but, going back to that, and I think that's coming around again. Like you said, this whole concept of title driven, because we've got a publisher, Mark and I, out in Nashville, out in Los Angeles, that is a brilliant songwriter. Worked with Garth Brooks and Kenny Rogers and just a whole host of people. He's a brilliant songwriter, and we have conversations all the time on songs. And Mark and I come from we kind of are almost a hybrid, and we understand that certain writers are going to just write the title driven stuff to just get a cut, get that money coming in, and then
Yeah.
others are just going to go, man, I'm going to write from my heart. I don't care if people like it. I don't care if it doesn't make it 10 feet off the speaker. It's gonna get written because it needs to be. And I'll say one other thing, then I'll turn it back over to you, Mark, is that we had Otts Kilcher. I don't know if you know Otts on Alaska, the Final Frontier. Um, he's Jules' daddy, if you're familiar with her. And
I am, yeah. I know Steve
so,
Holtz, who I guess they used to date back in the day or something like that. He helped
okay.
write
Mhm.
that big hit song of hers. I can't remember what it is, but
Yeah, right.
Well,
Steve's a great guy.
her dad is something else. He is a wild seed, dude. And we met him at Zach Brown's Camp Southern Ground, where Mark and I write with the veterans down there. So we totally understand the concept of how music is so powerful on a spiritual level, on a shift change level, on a, just to get people to move instead of yelling at them, like you say, or talking to them even, you get that music going, and there's something mystical about that. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to kind of throw that in. Mark, what you got, my man?
Well, I was just going to dovetail off of what you were just saying, Craig. The it's like the Woody Guthries of the world, that they sang stuff that they sang and believed in, not because they wanted it on the radio or not because, they wanted to get the message out like you were just saying, Mason, and I think that's a big deal. And like you said, I have nothing but respect for people who can crank out songs based on a great title, but I also have equal respect for people who want to put out stuff or want to write something because it's on your heart and because you believe in it. And and like Craig, like you said, I'm hoping it is coming back because we've told this to several people who we've been blessed to talk to. It's great when you get to talk to storytellers and not just people who are songcrafters. And again, songcrafting is great. We all do it. We all want to be better at it, but storytelling to me is the ticket, and I really love kind of what your vibe and what you're doing there. So,
It's like a divine calling almost.
mhm.
You said something, I can't remember your exact words, Mason, a few minutes ago when you were talking about songwriting. But it's that driven, it's like something's urging you to say something and, you know, I guess that's the mystery of life, that if all of us could answer, we we might be able to, I don't know what we do with it, but there's just
Yeah.
those things that we have, as Alan Jackson said, God threw in our pack that we don't really
Yeah,
totally get,
yeah.
But Mark, keep on going, man. You're doing well.
Well, thank you, Craig. No, so you mentioned earlier, I think Craig prefaced earlier about you doing some shows this summer, and there was one that I
Yeah.
want you to talk about called the Sisters Folk Fest that you talked about in Bend, Oregon, and kind of you told us, it was almost like a life-changing experience when you went there. Kind of go into that because again, that kind of dovetails off of what we've been talking about. That's, music and nature and spirituality, it's all tied together. And but talk about that. Tell us about the show and you know, kind of what it means to you.
The Folk Fest, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Basically, last year I got asked to go down there and I taught at the song camp that they do for the week before, and
Mhm.
it's out in Sisters, Oregon, outside of Bend, and just that logging country out there where there's just oh my gosh these big old trees for miles, and
Mm.
and then you got the Three Sisters mountain range and the lava fields out there, just so much picturesque nature out there, all these national forests, and I just remember. Well, one, I was excited to go, uh, because I'd never really been out there on my own for the first part, and then, when I went, I just felt like I don't, like a I was going to a retreat or something, almost like it wasn't exactly like it was like a spiritual rehab or something. Everyone was so nice there. Everybody cooked organic food and
Oh
homemade
man.
food every night. And then everyone ate together every day. It felt like we were at summer camp or something. But
Mm.
and then there was just this whole kind of conversation that continued to be around of just like be kind to yourself, as well as like let's be kind to the world around us and bring some of this love that we're trying to write in these songs into the greater world. And that was just kind of this ongoing conversation there that
Mm.
I really connected to. And I'm teaching these classes, kind of hanging out and at this cabin, that I'm staying in. So beautiful out there, and then I'm teaching these people, I'm like, "All right, now this is how you do this," or whatever, and then but then we go to the open mic or at the end of one of the week or something, basically for the songwriting camp, and then just everyone in this town is writing these amazing songs, and I'm like, "I wish I had heard this before I'm over here, like, telling y'all, like, hey, it's" so we just, and that was another thing that just showed me that everyone has a beautiful light that they shine, there's a lot of more talented people out there than I realize sometimes, because I do this full time. I've been doing it for full time for a minute, but this is a country filled with a lot of talented people out there too that just haven't um, got up on stage to show what they have. So I'm always appreciative of people who take time to listen to my music because I know there's a bunch of other people to listen to. So I'm always very thankful.
That is awesome. That is awesome. That's that whole thing. Music is such a healing and such a medicinal thing. That's awesome. Because what it did for you, and
Yes.
Yeah,
it
yeah, man.
produces. Yeah.
But
So
but
go ahead.
basically the camp, I'm meeting all these people and hanging out there, and but there's all these other artists that are playing at the festival that are teaching as well, and we're all getting to meet each other one on one. Some of us are writing songs together, and then there's all the people that are going to the campus, and then at the end of the week you play the festival, and normally I feel like a fish out of water at some of these places that I go to, and I'm kind of in and out, but, I had, like, took the time because I knew everyone there already now, and so it was a lot of fun. I knew that it was just ran into everyone from the camp because like, everyone at the camp came out to every show, and so it was like, "Hey, there's my buddies again." So, anyway, that's just I love that town, so
That sounds fantastic.
Well, one thing that caught my eye as a guitar player is there's a fellow there named Tommy Emmanuel that's going to be there. That's what I realized. I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
you know,
Mm.
and that's he's got a great vibe. His whole persona, and he is what you see. Apparently, I've never met him, but people that I know that know him say what you see is what you get. So he fits right into that whole vibe you're describing.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
absolutely.
And the other thing I wanted to say was, it's out there it was out there kinda in the sticks for this camp, and so they didn't really have super good Wi-Fi, especially where I was staying, so I basically didn't have service, some days, and, I mean, it just forces you to kinda disconnect and just kinda quiet your mind a little bit. I mean, I can't tell you how often I'm on my phone, every day, and
Mm.
stuff like that, and then they go to bed a little earlier there, just overall. And they don't I kind of grew up in the down in the holler kind of crew where it's like, let's drink moonshine until 4 in the morning or something wild. But I mean, I kind of, that's kind of the crowd I ran in, a little bit. But there, everybody kind of goes to bed at a reasonable hour and they, party or drink responsibly. And it was really nice.
That is awesome.
It was just a nice refresher, from everything, so I can't wait to go back. And everybody just treats you like family there.
That
Yeah,
is
but
well. We're
Sisters Folk Fest.
Well, we're gonna, of course, we'll put all your information up on our podcast, and just to let the listeners know, once they hear you and realize, what you do, you also teach lessons, according to your website, and they can connect with you there. So we'll make sure that everybody can, it's so easy now to get people connected because there's so many options, and it
Mhm.
doesn't take a lot of looking. You can figure it out pretty quick. So
Yeah,
we'll
man.
we'll make sure. Yeah, we'll make sure everybody has you. Mark, you got anything else, brother?
You
This
know,
has been
I was just gonna say,
wonderful.
Mason, man, it has been a pleasure. I love the 2 videos that I watched, and I need to go out and listen to you more. But it's been a pleasure. I wanna thank you for your time. I wanna thank you for taking a minute to talk to Craig and I, because this, to me, is the most exciting thing that we get to do, is discovering people that we maybe necessarily didn't know about, but just, and it's so cool to talk to you, and I love your vibe, man. I love everything about you. I hope nothing but the best for you, brother.
Well, thank you, Mark. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you too, Craig. Thank y'all.
You betcha, betcha. All the best to you, my man. You enjoy your time in Nashville, and Oh wait, almost forgot, Mark.
Yep.
We always have people promise us something before we let them off the podcast, and that is
Yes.
that you'll come back.
Oh, of course I'll come back. Yeah, man.
Okay, we're
Anytime
gonna
you got
hold you for
something to
ransom.
promote, anytime you got something
Yeah.
to talk about, or you just wanna sing or whatever, my friend, you are always welcome, and we would love to have you back.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to hear it, and, I need to listen to I was just, looking it up. I need to listen to some of y'all's other podcasts too, man. So, how long have y'all been doing this?
Just since, January of this year. We've been
Kicked it
Oh,
off
writing
okay,
January
cool.
songs
1st.
we've been writing songs for, 35 plus years, and we've been writing together for probably 30, so
Oh, well, we
but
ought to
yeah,
write one sometime. That might be good.
would love to, man. Would love
Yeah,
to.
I'm always working on new stuff, and I love to co-write with people, so that would be fun,
Awesome.
man.
Would love
Awesome.
Yeah.
it.
Well,
We'll
we're
make
gonna
that
we're gonna
happen.
take you up on that, man. We'll have a
Yeah.
blast.
We'll make that happen.
All right, thank y'all. Yeah.
Take care, my friend.
Thank you. Enjoy your afternoon.
All right, have a good one, y'all. Cheers.
He's written songs for George Strait, which is I Cross My Heart. He's written songs for Lee Greenwood. He's written songs with Eddie Rabbitt, Every Which Way But Loose. Through the years with Kenny Rogers. You got to know this guy, Steve Dorff. This man is on our episodes 10 through 13. He's also written theme songs and movies and TV soundtracks, Growing Pains, Clint Eastwood movies. Go check him out. Steve Dorff.